In the most beautiful corner of Chesapeake Bay, beneath the turquoise waters, there was a small village decorated with crystal corals. Among the crabs living in this village was a very special crab named Bubu. Bubu's shell was different from the others. When night fell, it would turn into a deep blue color like the night sky, and the silver spots on it would sparkle. Every morning, Bubu would play hide-and-seek underwater with the other young crabs and wander amongst the seaweed just like them. But when evening came, he would rise to the surface and spend hours gazing at the sky. Whilst the other crabs would say, "Bubu is daydreaming again," he would count the stars one by one and try to guess the shapes of the clouds. "Mummy," little Bubu said, "why do we always live underwater? What's that world up there like?" His mother would smile and say, "This is our place, darling. Swimming in the water is our nature." But Bubu's heart was telling him something different. In his dreams at night, he would constantly see himself wandering amongst the clouds. The morning after a stormy night, whilst walking on the beach, Bubu discovered something strange he had never seen before. Washed up on the shore, half covered with sand, was a metallic object painted with colorful paints. It was a bicycle, but not an ordinary bicycle. Its wheels were larger than normal wheels, and its frame sparkled silver. "What's this?" wondered Bubu as he walked around the bicycle. It had a little bell on it, and the bell made a lovely sound. Ring, ring. Just then, wise old Grandpa Peepo came over to him. Grandpa Peepo was the oldest crab in the bay and knew many legends. "Ah, Bubu," he said, looking over his spectacles. "You found something very special." "What is it, Grandpa?" "This might be one of the remains of the flying bicycle told in ancient legends. According to the stories, creatures with pure hearts who truly wish to fly find these bicycles and make them magical." Bubu's eyes widened. So I can fly with this bicycle?" "It's not impossible," said Grandpa with a smile. "But first you need to repair the bicycle, then learn the secret of flying." From the next day onwards, Bubu began working on the bicycle. First, he needed to clean it. Polishing the bicycle covered with seashells, seaweed, and sand was not easy at all. He worked for hours with his little claws. When the cleaning was finished, the bicycle was absolutely dazzling. Its silver frame sparkled in the sun, and its blue and purple paints looked like a rainbow. Now it was time to learn how to ride the bicycle. But this wasn't easy at all. Bubu's legs couldn't reach the pedals, and his claws couldn't grip the handlebars. On his first attempt, he fell off the bicycle and tumbled into the sand. "What's Bubu doing?" laughed his friends Pink Paw and Green Shell. "Crabs don't ride bicycles," said Pink Paw. "And what does a flying bicycle even mean anyway?" added Green Shell. But Bubu didn't give up. "I'm going to master this," he said with determination. After days of trying, friends appeared to lend Bubu a helping hand. His first helper was Lightning Sam, the fastest fish in the bay. "Bubu," said Sam, "I can teach you how to pedal. Just like we swim fast underwater, that's how you pedal." His second helper was Oliver, the 8-armed octopus, a master musician. Oliver had 8 arms and was very talented with music. "Riding a bicycle is about rhythm," said Oliver. "I'll keep the beat for you and you pedal." His third helper was Slow Wisdom, a knowledgeable turtle. Wisdom was 100 years old and knew all the secrets of the seas. "To fly, it's not enough just to pedal fast," said Wisdom. "Your heart must be ready too. Believe and fly." Thanks to Lightning Sam's speed lessons, Bubu learnt how to pedal. To strengthen his legs, he did swimming exercises every day. Thanks to Oliver's rhythm lessons, he learnt how to keep the bicycle balanced. He would pedal while saying 1, 2, 3, 4. Wisdom's patience lessons were the hardest. Flying isn't about rushing, Bubu. Your inner voice must be ready. When you get on the bicycle, talk to it with your heart. Weeks passed. Bubu could now use the bicycle and travel comfortably on the beach, but he still couldn't fly. One evening, he went to Grandpa Peepo feeling sad. "Grandpa, will I never be able to make this bicycle fly?" Grandpa looked at him with affection. "Bubu, don't you notice? You're already doing something that other crabs can't do. You're riding a bicycle. That itself is a miracle. But I want to fly." "Then be patient. The most beautiful miracles are born in patient hearts." Just at this time, preparations began for the Magical Bay Festival, the biggest event of the year. This festival wasn't just for sea creatures, but for the entire village. Birds living on the shore, turtles, and even children from the town would participate. On the last day of the festival, the traditional dream competition would take place. In this competition, everyone would try to fulfill their biggest dream. Some would sing the most beautiful song, some would swim the fastest, and some would perform the most creative dance. Bubu made his decision. In this competition, he would try to fly with his bicycle. When they heard the news, all his friends were surprised. "Bubu, this is very risky." "Huh?" said Pink Paw. "What if you fall?" worried Green Shell. "If I fall, I'll get up," said Bubu with determination. "It's worth trying for my dreams." 3 days before the festival, Bubu had an unexpected visitor, Silver-winged Seagull Mother, one of the oldest and wisest residents of the bay. "Little Bubu," said Seagull Mother, "we've heard of your courage. We seagulls also had to learn to fly once upon a time." "Really?" "Of course! When I made my first flight attempt, I crashed into the rocks, but I didn't give up. Now I'm giving you a special gift." Seagull Mother pulled out 3 silver-colored feathers from her wings. "Attach these feathers to your bicycle. They understand the language of the wind and will carry you safely." Bubu attached the feathers to his bicycle. The feathers danced in the gentle breeze, and the bicycle seemed to come alive, trembling. "Thank you, Seagull Mother." "One more thing," said Seagull Mother. "Don't be afraid when you fly. Fear makes wings heavy. Believe and set yourself free." When festival day arrived, the shore was decorated with colorful banners, crabs emerging from the sea, seagulls coming from the sky, families from the town. Everyone had come together. When it was time for the dream competition, Bubu came onto the stage area with his bicycle. His heart was beating fast, but he was determined. "Dear friends," said Bubu, "today I'm going to show you that I can fly. Maybe I won't succeed. Maybe I'll fall. But I'll never give up dreaming or trying." The crowd applauded. Bubu got on his bicycle, closed his eyes, and spoke with his heart. "My bicycle, will you fly with me?" As if a voice came from the bicycle. "Of course, Bubu." "Are you ready?" Bubu took a deep breath and began to pedal. First slowly, then faster. The bicycle moved along the shore. The crowd watched silently. Suddenly, the wind that began blowing from the sea caught the silver feathers on the bicycle. The feathers sparkled, and the bicycle slowly began to rise from the ground. "He's flying! He's really flying!" shouted the crowd. When Bubu opened his eyes, he found himself 1 meter above the ground. He rose even higher. 2 meters, 3 meters, 5 meters. He felt as if he could touch the clouds in the sky with his hands. The wind caressed his hair. The sounds of applause from below caressed his ears. "Wow, I'm really flying!" he rejoiced. The bicycle danced with him in the sky, then gently returned to the shore. When Bubu landed, all the village people ran to him. His friends, his family, his teachers, everyone was congratulating him. "Bubu, how did you do this?" asked Pink Paw in amazement. "I believed," said Bubu with a smile. "I believed in both myself and my dreams. And I never gave up." "Can we learn to fly too?" asked Green Shell. "Of course. But first you must find your own dreams. Maybe your dream isn't flying, but swimming the fastest or singing the most beautiful song. What matters is listening to your own heart. From that day on, Bubu became the bay's first flying bicycle crab teacher. Every day he would give courage lessons to children on the beach. Remember, he would tell his students, every fall teaches you something. Every failure brings you closer to your goal. What matters is to keep trying. Months passed and Bubu's story spread throughout the entire bay. Even fish from distant seas would come to hear his story. One day, a little dolphin calf came to Bubu. "Bubu," said the dolphin, "I have a dream too. I want to become the world's fastest dolphin." "Then you must train every day," said Bubu, "and never give up." Another day, a young eagle chick came. "I want to reach the highest places in the world," it said. "Then strengthen your wings and gather courage," said Bubu. A sea turtle youngster also came. "I want to sing the most beautiful songs." "Then practice every day and sing with your heart," he added. A year later, when festival time came again, Bubu was met with a big surprise. Dozens of children were waiting on the shore, each with their own dream bicycle. Dolphin calf Speedy Lumi was now the fastest dolphin in the bay and had learnt to ride a bicycle underwater. Eagle chick High Coco could reach up to the clouds and ride a bicycle in the sky. Sea turtles singing Toti would sing the most beautiful songs whilst riding his bicycle, enchanting the entire sea. "Teacher Bubu," they all said together, "we can fly too now." The festival held that day was named the Dream Flight Festival and continued to be celebrated every year. Bubu was no longer just a crab who had fulfilled his own dream, but a teacher who inspired thousands of dreams. Every morning he would rise to the sky on his bicycle, wander amongst the clouds, then come down to the shore to give lessons to his students. "Children," he would say at the beginning of every lesson, "dreams aren't for flying, they're for living." When you fulfill your dreams, you become a source of inspiration for others to fulfill their dreams too. One day, a very small crab youngster came to Bubu. "Teacher, I have a dream too, but it's very silly." "Dreams are never silly. Tell me, what is your dream?" I want to go to the deepest parts of the seas. I want to learn what happens there." Bubu smiled. "That's a wonderful dream. You want a different journey just like me. Then let's make you a depth bicycle." And so a new adventure began. Dear little hearts, if you felt just like Bubu while listening to this story, know that you are very special. Because you didn't just listen to a story, you met the brave crab inside yourself. Maybe you sometimes feel different too. Maybe your friends don't understand your dreams. But know this, that makes you even more special. Just like Bubu's silver shimmering shell, you have your own unique sparkle. When they say your dreams are too big, smile and remember this. Bubu was only a tiny crab, but he flew all the way to the sky. You can become whatever you want. Maybe an artist, maybe an inventor, maybe a singer, or something completely different that no one has ever thought of. Every time you fall, remember, falling is part of learning how to fly. Bubu fell many times too, but he got up every single time. You will get up too, because you have that strong heart inside you. And don't forget the most beautiful part. You can inspire others too. Maybe when your friends see your courage, they'll start dreaming their own dreams. This way, you won't just make your own dreams come true, but you'll help others find their dreams too. That's what makes you so special, my little heart. You're not just a child. You're a dream seed, a light of hope, a little miracle. Now close your eyes and imagine your own flying bicycle. What does it look like? What color is it? Where does it take you? That bicycle is real because you are real. Your dreams are real because you believe in them. I love you so much, my little heart. You are wonderful and precious. You are very, very special. Every time you listen to this story, you'll feel yourself getting a little bit stronger. Because every time you listen, it means your dreams are growing a little bit bigger. Good night, my little hearts. Sweet dreams.